Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Um, so yesterday was 5 months for Jack and Lily. This be about Jack and Lily Sullivan. Today is May 3rd at 8:03 a.m. Eastern Time. Um, I have just a few things and then we'll get into the reading. First of all, yeah, it's been long. I don't know how much longer it's gonna be. I know the cadaver dogs have been doing their thing and nothing as of yet. Um, I think they got a little ways to go. I don't know for sure. Um, but obviously, if they had found any remains, we would have heard about that so far. Even if it's questionable, like we did find remains, but we have to do DNA, right? I don't think they're going to find any remains, but that's, alleged, right? My opinion. Also, the second round of the pink blanket is going around. It went around in the beginning, now it's going around again. And I think I mentioned it in one of my earlier videos. It could have been on that rant video that I got rid of, which I will do. I'll make a rant if a case is going way crazy, rant about it, and then I might delete it a month or two later, like I did this one. But you don't have to be like a psychic or a reader to pick up the fact that it's a distraction, at least in my opinion. Some people think it could be giving a message to someone. I don't know. But whatever the case is, it's mainly a distraction. Now, when they come back with DNA results, maybe they'll pick the only thing they're picking up for probably is foreign DNA, meaning someone's DNA that does not match the ones that would be around that blanket. You know what I mean? Even the ones that found the blanket, if their DNA is on it, they might have grabbed onto it, which justifies their DNA is on it, right? So to me, the pink blanket, you know, it's more of a distraction, and it might have distracted which way to go look for the kids, but the kids aren't in the local area. The DNA dog, I mean the cadaver dogs, scent dogs. From the beginning, I didn't think they were around there, but I mean, I could be wrong. Sad part is, 3 months down the road, whoever does have them or did whatever with them, they can place them right back across the street from the house that they were at. You know what I mean? That's the sad part. Um, I do believe they're still alive. Of course, I pick up past, present, and future energies, guys. Remember that. And I do want to thank all my followers and my new followers. Thank you so much. Um, Feel free to respectfully comment. You can even, like, contradict me and stuff, but I don't need I don't need the circus that's going on, right? We're all here to support the truth and finding Jack and Lily. I'm hoping alive. Others are hoping their remains, whichever side you believe in. And you're thinking this is what I see because of this and that. So be it. But I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm not here to be attacked. I'm not here for other channels to be attacked. Do not come to my channel and start attacking other channels or people. We're here for Lily and Jack, right? That's all I ask. Be respectful. All right. So let's see. And also I pick up there is a shadow. I might have picked this up in one of my earlier videos, but there is someone, and they're not people that come out online and speak and anything like that. They're literally a shadow. If anything, they may watch videos and they might comment in the chat box or whatever, but and that's very rarely, and they're under a different name, right? But someone's gone behind the scenes and they're definitely hearing everything, looking at everything, checking into, and I don't think it's actual cop. Could be a PI. Who knows? Right? So let's see. What do we have for Lily and Jack? Sullivan. What's going on with Lilly&Jack Sullivan case? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pull a few cards and then I'll show you them. Lilly&Jack. Messages are coming in. That's also a lot of confusing messages coming in. Messages to distract, messages that everyone's got the right to their theory and their opinion and to voice it how they will, right? But I'm getting more chatter than fact. You know what I mean? More chatter than fact. 3, 6. Oh, all right. Mm. We have a mature male that is very caring and loving, and this is like best friend energy, right? Someone who really cares for the safety, health, and welfare of the children. He's a mature male. He's been thinking on it. He's trying to come to conclusions of various possibilities, which direction to go, what to do, how to do it. There is a woman attached to this male, right? Someone who she too is kind of quiet, as in she's not very prominent online as far as I'm concerned from what I'm getting. She's trying to stay in the background too. There are people in the background for the sake of Jack and Lily. All right. They don't make themselves prominent online. And I don't even see them as if they're family related, they're distant family related, right? So there's a search within a search. So the cops are doing everything they can do, and then there's almost like this little team. It's really kind of weird. I don't know if they were always there, but I think in time they developed this little tiny team of people going behind the scenes and checking everything. Maybe they're checking the RCMP to make sure the RCMP is doing what they should be doing. That could be it too. All right. And yes, a lot of chatter of, there's two choices here. Either you believe they're passed on or you believe they're alive. That's basically the two choices, right? And there's a lot of chatter going on. I think the chatter's building up online along within the community. Everyone's getting frustrated. We should have more answers, blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you, these missing cases don't always go by within a month or two. Mhm. Many people are still missing with no answers. Many, many people, right? Children, they just vanish and the cops go as far as they can. And all, unfortunately, the case goes cold. All right. So there is a hidden pathway. There's a hidden pathway. This is showing imprisonment. I'm thinking now I'm going to do it both ways. All right. I'm going to do it both ways. In my alleged opinion, like I said, everything's alleged. It's my opinion. I'm not a cop. These are not facts. Okay. Um, through a pathway somewhere where everyone's trying to search for these kids, there is a direction. But it's only like one direction. And these kids are being held there. These kids are being held. All right. I don't think they're in a cage. They're in a house. That's been picked up a number of times in my reading. Okay. Or if people believe they're passed on, then you'll say that they're going to be found in the woods because that's a pathway in the woods. To me, it's a pathway in the woods to a house that's hidden and secluded. To you, it's in the woods, anyone that believes they're passed on, and someone's going to be getting arrested for what they find because the children are passed on in the woods. And someone's going to ultimately get arrested for the death of the children, right? Mm. Excuse me, it's early morning. I wanted to get up and do this quickly because I tried to get to it yesterday, being yesterday was the fifth month, and too much happened. Too much was going on. So I said, before the day gets caught away, I'm going to get out there and do this now. Okay. So let's see. Uh, Lily and Jack. So right there, the chatter online, of course, it keeps the story of Jack and Lily out there, which is important. It really is. But remember, take everything with a grain of salt, please, until we have the facts. Okay. And like I said in my last video on the fourth month, which I gave a lot, I had more validations than I thought I would because I don't really listen to my own videos unless I am rounding up some validations, right? A lot of people take the thought that, and I'm not pinpointing, right? But first and foremost, one thing I do know, the enemy is within. Someone on that property. It was no stranger that came into the house, that came into the backyard, that took these kids. No stranger would even dare go into the house. Mm. I'm sorry, but that is blown apart. Um, the enemy is within. Someone is within that property, or someone that came in the property every day and knew what was going on. But for that to even happen, then someone within there already, meaning Janie, Daniel, or Malaya, knew they were coming in and they were going to do what they did. Because I always got these children are handed off to someone they know, right? So they could have been handed off from the screen porch window, the door. They could have been handed off at the driveway. They could have been handed off before, because I know they went to Dollarama, but then there's no camera footage of them making it all the way home, right? But you also got to understand. Whoop, too many. Tell me one thing Malaya's been doing to show that she wants these children back. One thing. Anything, anyone? All right. And that's the I think, see, we mothers, even if you're just an aunt with no kids or whatever, child goes missing, you're screaming. You're out there every day. You're fighting for the truth. You will not stop until the truth of your children and where they are and what happened to them comes out, especially if you think they were taken, right? She didn't want them back. They had money issues in the beginning. We picked that up. Many of us readers picked up money problems, and come to find out, Daniel did not pay the taxes or whatever, and they were $34,000 in debt with taxes. Which stopped her money coming in from, I guess, the government for the children. So now she doesn't have children. She's no longer with Daniel. This is a woman who everyone tries to say poor her, but yet she does the one thing that CPS tells her do not do if you want to keep Meadow. She goes ahead and does it and loses Meadow, though she claims she was fighting to keep Meadow from CPS or whatever you call them up in Canada. Her actions speak louder, like anyone else's. Actions speak louder than words. So when people think, well, if it was Malaya, she wouldn't let it go on so long. Well, why the hell wouldn't she? She doesn't want him back. That's my opinion. It is alleged, and that's all there is to it. And she probably got money for those kids when she handed them off. And the only reason why she's so-called fighting for Meadow is because she's a mother and she has to look like she's fighting for Meadow. Or it's because now that she's not with Daniel, she will get money back, money from the government for Meadow. This is not a mother's heart. All right. And I know people are going to probably be crazy over that. But if you watch in real life, now after this video, if her or one of her friends watch it, they'll probably push to get her out there. All right. So just remember that. All right. As always, I'll put in the description, um, because I started doing it a little while ago, the date and time this is published on YouTube. YouTube is my only channel. I don't have Facebook, any other social media. So there is travel. All right, let me catch these up first. Okay. So travel, which I always picked up, there was travel around these children. Someone stealing your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, and feeds off you. That could be, um, actually, someone could have thought of this whole idea. I guess Malaya, it just came out. Malaya's grandmother, Patty, was going to be picking up Malaya or have someone picking up Malaya. She was going to move in with her 2 weeks ahead of this whole thing happening. And she called Malaya 2 weeks before this all happened, and Malaya said, "No, I got another idea." And she didn't go and get them. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, they're gone. And Malaya's free on to go on the beach and do whatever the hell she wants to do, but not look for her kids. God forbid she does that. All right. And we all have to understand as we see these kind of things, the cops do too. The cops do too. All right, steals your ideas, copies your work. So either they got the idea, whoever this is, from something, another missing child case, which there are many, many children do go missing in the woods or wherever, rural areas, and never to be found, you know. Or this could also be someone's, we got plenty of psychics and readers on here. Someone could be copying anyone's work. I don't know. As long as the names of Lily and Jack and they're missing and getting out there, that's what's important. Okay, yeah, a lot of people do think that there's no changes and this case is getting stuck and nothing's happening, nothing's coming to fruition. Fake accounts, fake social media accounts to spy. Yep, Facebook, Instagram, all that. So, whoops, excuse me. So this is twofold also. The shadow, like I mentioned earlier, could be doing this. Also, people watching what's being said, how it's being said, and then trying to fill in holes to compensate for, wait a minute, this don't fit, that don't fit type stuff, right? At the end of the day, I just want them found. Yeah, we picked up they were no money. Be careful of people also trying to get money over Jack and Lily for any reason. I mean, it's one thing to have a valid, professional fundraiser that actually is there for 100%, it's all going to Jack and Lily, to anyone else claiming anything to get money for Jack and Lily. Quite honestly, if you have any question if this is true or not, if this is valid or not, if I were you, I would contact, I don't know how you would do it because I only have YouTube. Contact the RCMP. Why not? Say, hey, there's someone trying to get money on Jack and Lily, right? And I got all the contact information down in my description box also. Contact the RCMP and say, so and so is trying to get money, saying they're for Jack and Lily Sullivan. Have you guys known of this? Can you make sure it's valid for me? And they'll direct you. If they can't do it right there and then, they may direct you to what to do, right? Just don't believe everyone that's claiming everything. Acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, and shows off. That's right next to the. So if someone's pretending to be more than they are, this could be money. It's mostly money, but they could also pretend to know more than what they actually do. Hey, I've got inside information. The cops told me this, which, by the way, the cops will never tell anyone what's going on behind the scenes. They will make sure it's limited and only know what they want you to know, right? Jack and Lily. Where are Jack and Lily? I'm seeing the name Ella, Ella. That could be short for another name, and people call her Ella. I don't know. Or Ella could be a street. Ella could be a restaurant. Ella could be, that's the thing about names. It could be anything. Well, and this is October. This is Jack's birthday month. So happy birthday, Jack, wherever you are. All right, Jack and Lily, come on. Whoop, 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 whoop. Someone may try and get away. So under travel, I get running away and game over. Someone's, oh my goodness. Someone may be paranoid that they're getting too close. Someone's getting too close and they're fearing they're going to get caught. They may just try and run. Someone may just try and run also because, well, it's a female, red lipstick, and there's also red lipstick stains. So someone could be caught cheating and kicked to the curb. So they run. But it could be also, this is about, a couple cheating, right? But in what I'm picking up more is someone's going to run because they're afraid someone's going to cheat or give in to information about them having part to do with this, having something to do with this. And so they might run. Be aware of that. They also, the RCMP might be keeping total silent and everything because there was something else, wasn't there? Hold on. Because they don't want someone to fear and run. All right. And that could be either way, whether the kids have passed on or alive. If they give out too much information, I think I've said this before, they are afraid that this person can go on the run, and yet they don't have enough evidence, substantial evidence, to say, nope, you're not going anywhere, right? And yeah, someone's still watching and laughing, watching the shit show. This is someone who has a cold heart perpetrator mind. This is probably someone who had something to do with it, and they're just laughing. They're psycho. That's the thing. The guy I picked up for is still, this is a type of person, if his back's to the wall, he'll do anything, and I mean anything, to cover his ass, meaning he would take out Jack and Lily. He would do anything. He is not going to prison, no matter what. Anything else with these cards? And they know they fucked up. This ain't going away like they thought it would. This is never going to go away. And they thought by now things would have quieted down. Just makes me wonder if the shadow's really stirring some stuff up. This is, again, someone in the background, someone who doesn't let themselves be known. And as always, okay. What was I saying? Oh, I was just going to say, if by chance at all that shadow steps into this video, watch your back as always, because anyone that stirs a commotion may get in trouble, as in they may get hurt. And there was a private relationship. Yeah, that goes along with the red lipstick and being kicked to the curb. I'm thinking someone this is not Daniel and Malaya. All right. This is after the kids went missing. There was a private relationship. We and it was going on for a while. Now, whoever had that private relationship they realized either they cheated or they realized this other person cheated on them, right? And they were kicked to the curb. And I think maybe since that's coming in, that had to do with Jack and Lily disappearing. So basically, in order for this new relationship, the kids didn't have anything to do with it. Maybe it was this person. So I'm just gonna say it was Malaya. We're gonna allege it was Malaya. It could have been Janie. It could have been Daniel. I'm gonna just say Malaya. Okay. Malaya wanted this relationship. This person, she was having a private relationship, and don't claim that Daniel had burner phones and she didn't. They did. All right. Somehow to keep things secret because they both were keeping secrets. All right. So she might have started something like online or whatever. I'm not saying she went out and screwed guys left and right. I'm saying there was some other relationship behind the scenes that she kept quiet. But I think that for Daniel too. All right. Because anyone can be doing it. Um, and this person that she had the relationship with could be the one that talked her into, hey, why don't we just do this? And that changed what she planned on doing with Patty. But when all said and done, she's 100% at fault if this all comes out and this is what happened, right? Or if I put Daniel's name in that, right? Then maybe Daniel did have a cheat on Malaya, and that was one of the reasons why she took off. But you don't take off when you have your children missing. You know exactly what happened, where they went, who may have took them, whatever the case. Basically, your actions show you don't give a shit, and no mother would do that. I'm tired of kid gloves on poor little Malaya. She's a grown ass adult. But there is a woman, and this private relationship came into play, right? Why would any other woman's private relationship, even if Janie was having a private relationship, they're not her kids or her biological grandkids. All I'm saying is the enemy is from within, and that's what I keep picking up. Now, what are the cops up to? Let's see what the cops are up to. And no matter what you say, I mean, I think they're all have something to, you know, let's face it, there's something to be said of, mainly two parents. That would be Malaya and Daniel. I don't even count Janie as it's her fault. No, she's a grandparent. She should have her time to rest. She should be able to sleep when she wants to sleep, right? But the ones responsible, at least Daniel's keeping their name out there. No matter what else is coming out of his mouth, the name's coming, right? Everyone's talking again, all ferociously about everything. Though the truth is revealed and the veil of secret. Oh, wow. Hey, yeah, let's check these out. Um, the veil of secrecy. Respect confidentiality where it is required. Be cautious about sharing sensitive information and maintain discretion. Trust must be honored and protected in all interactions. That's what the cops are doing. They can't reveal half of what they know. They can't do it. Even if someone was an informant and came to them, they can't come out and say, until they have physical proof in their hand. And the truth will be revealed, the truth revealed. Embrace the revelations that come to light when faced with new information. So there could be new information coming out of the cadaver dog search when it's finally done and over. I think they maybe have it, or there was mention of a press conference coming up, but not like today, I don't think. But I think they're going to wait till the cadaver dog search is over. So analyze it thoroughly and consider its implications. Accepting the truth, even if it's uncomfortable, will lead to clarity. That's something I've been thinking too, right? I'm thinking some people don't want to believe this person or that person had anything to do with it. It's not their character. They wouldn't do that. You know, she's only doing this because she's traumatized. I'm sorry, my children are a hell of a lot more traumatized than me if this happened to me, and I'd be flipping out and freaking. I'd probably be threatening everyone that I thought had to do with it, to tell you the truth, honestly. All right. I think, pick up on one of the first videos that someone's going to be shocked out of hell when they realize who had something to do with this. Something like that. I know it's hard to believe that anyone you know personally, that's for all of us. We who have this inner circle would never do anything like this. But then say a day comes when something like this would happen. Are we called to shield that person because they're my best friend? Or are we called to question that person and say, but wait a minute, you said you were here. Why am I finding out you were over there? And what did you mean by when you said that? You know what I mean? We are called because then it gets clarity into that person's mind too. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, wait, okay, I think this is, in other words, every single person that's involved in this case, with whether in the inner circle, family member, outer family member, everyone is now called to have a responsibility for Jack and Lily over any other person around you that's an adult, right? And I think when people start seeing it that way, there's going to be a hell of a lot more information to the RCMP for the truth. Yeah, the seeker's eye and the discerning eye. This is what everyone's been trying to do, not just lead readers. We have the seeker's eye. I'm a mystic seeker. There are other readers and psychics and people with gifts that are trying, but every single crime channel that's in it for heart and soul of Lily and Jack are also doing it, right? And that's what we're called to do. So we need those who are closest to these people to finally wake up. I'm not saying they're all guilty. I'm saying someone knows more. And until you can clear the fact that these children's lives are more important than your friendship with someone that you're seeing a lot of signs that is not acting the way they should be or saying what they should be, until you reveal things to the cops, this can take longer and longer. All right. So, the seeker's eye, stay vigilant and observant today. Pay attention to details that may reveal hidden truths. Take note of inconsistencies or unusual patterns in your surroundings. Exactly what I basically said, guys. Words are confirming this, cards are confirming this. That's the shadow, too. I know the shadow's doing that. And we have the discerning eye. Cultivate discernment in evaluating information. Assess the credibility of sources and verify facts before drawing conclusions. Avoid being swayed by appearances alone. This is also backing up what I said. But that's also for anyone watching like any video, you know, just because they have a point of view doesn't mean it has to be the fact, right? So we're all open to discern for ourselves, see what comes to fruition. And this one. Hold on, guys. Yeah. And I hope everyone does that. Like I said, even though I got a lot of validations, my last reading, I found that I got a lot. I could be wrong on any of them, any other things that I've said, or things just didn't come to fruition yet. I could be 100% wrong, and unfortunately, these kids have passed on. But I pick up they're alive. And they are in like the woods, but it's a house in the woods. In the future, in these cards, just to let you know, these cards, and it's all in my previous, unless I'm dealing with someone who's already passed on and clarifying things about that. Whenever the word killer is used, I use predator. All right. Until a body is found, right? In the future, the predator may admit guilt. That'd be great if you did it today. Surveillance cameras may provide important clues. They may have more on camera than they're telling us. Because, I mean, I hate to tell you, but they don't have to tell us squat. They really don't. With the evidence they need to use to get to the truth, right? And they could be picking up more. I don't think they're done. I think they're still looking in camera footage. I know they had quite a bit. And they're not just in Pictou County or Nova Scotia. They've gone out to Ontario and different directions too. They might be in places we don't even know. This predator will do it again, or maybe he's done it in the past or had some kind of connection to a missing person. Doesn't mean it has to be a child, but just the predator, will do basically the same type of thing again. And the suspect lives near the scene of the crime. Remember, I said that they have two places, I believed. They had two places, and one is much further. I think it was like Toronto or something. And then they would come back. I said that in one or two of my videos. So I think they've got two locations. Like I said, this person isn't like filthy rich, but they're okay. See, because then the predator is out of the area. So those two together just confirmed they come and go. They come and go. And this crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. And they are doing DNA testing on the blanket and other things, right? All right. One more pull with these. I'll just use these to finish, and then I'll get the card of hope and direction. Whoop, 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 whoop. Pull you. Cover up. We know that. People are trying to cover this up. And a motel hotel. Something happened at a motel. I think, well, no, this is after. Something about a motel after. A couple, marriage, wedding couple. Unless, I mean, it comes out that Malaya's getting married. I don't know, but something about a couple. I did pick up before they were with a couple. Yeah, a couple again. There's a child between the two. I don't believe anyone's got a written, lettered, professional insurance agent, insurance thing, life insurance on the kids. I do think someone might have thought, better life for the children. And whoever has them has some kind of, I don't know, intimidating contract information, evidence, maybe recording that this happens, and therefore that's keeping the other person from coming out. I did pick up I think it was my last one, that Malaya felt betrayed online because people were saying things and doing things or whatever. But she could also have been betrayed by whoever she gave them to. Who knows? And the neighborhood. Yeah, they're close, but then they go. All right. So there's two locations. There's two locations. All right. I picked that up before. Hold on. I want to fix these cards. Now we're just going to get a card of hope, maybe direction. I'm getting a sip of coffee. All right. Give us a card of hope. Direction, guidance, something for Jack and Willie. Okay, that kicked that out. It's only, oh, okay. Quite a few came out. Do I take them? No. All right. Only because there's so many. I'm only asking for one. I might take two, but not four at once. All right. There's two. All right. I'm taking these two. We have the tiger. And it says patience, you guys. You are being reminded that persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges. In divine timing, success is guaranteed. In divine timing, that's very important. At the right time. I know we all want to say, well, the right time was the day after they went missing, but no. The universe has reasons to show and do what they do. So a little more patience, or we've actually been patient, haven't we? But yeah, success is guaranteed in divine timing. You need to be patient and trust the universe that will help you. And the crow, which is transition. Which part of your life is or may be going through a transition? I think everyone that's close to this case, as in family and friends to these children, are all going through a transition. We all are to an extent, but they are all the more, right? Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, or cities. That was travel. We got travel, we got runaway. Uh-oh. Anyways, and it could be someone that's taken off that no one thinks is even related to this case because they could be the one that is no longer in a relationship per se or what have you, right? Whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make the change. I think we're all ready for the change, but we need to be patient. The change that Jack and Lily are actually found, right? But the tiger's saying we need to be a little more patient. And in divine timing, all things will be known, which means justice will be served. One way or the other, justice will be served, right? And just a last thought here that's coming to me right now. Anyone who's thinking about going into real life to threaten or intimidate or whatever, don't do it. You'll be the one with your ass behind bars. I don't call for that kind of stuff. I don't know why I'm even picking it up right now. But if someone is thinking about doing something that's going to be in a threatening or intimidating manner, you better not, because it will be your ass that goes behind bars. Nobody has facts. You need to understand this. The only one with facts are the cops, and they're keeping it close to their vest. I don't care what's being said online. I don't care who's saying it. I don't care what information they're given and why they think it's true. There are no facts. And even if there were facts, you do not attempt to harm, intimidate, harass other people. I don't know why I just got all that, but just if it's someone that watches this video, don't do it. All right. So, everyone, just keep hope alive and take care.